You guys, today I'm actually nervous. I don't even know why. I've done hundreds of these videos, but today I'm talking about something that's really personal to me. It's something I obviously struggle with, and we are talking about my weight loss journey, you guys. For the last 7 weeks, you guys, I've kind of gone under the radar. I haven't really spoken about this anywhere other than Instagram, so if you're a diehard follower, you guys will know. And I've mentioned it here and there throughout vlogs, but I have been on a serious weight loss journey. So for the last 2 years, you guys may have heard me moan about my weight. You guys have seen me dabble in starting a weight loss journey again, and honestly, each time I have failed. I've either put on more weight, stopped working out, but this time it's actually stuck, which is why I kind of wanted to go under the radar. I didn't want the pressure of saying this is what I was doing, but I definitely knew that once I got to the point where I started seeing tangible results, and it had been something that I had stuck with for a while, and I was truly in this weight loss journey, that I wanted to share it with you guys and answer some of your questions. Before we get into the questions, I did want to let you guys know, because not everyone may have seen any of my videos before. Back in 2013, I lost 60 pounds, and in 2014 I lost a further 28 pounds. So I lost 88 pounds the all natural way. I used to be 212 pounds. I'll throw up a picture on the screen, and at my lowest I got down to 126 pounds. I maintained that weight up until about 2 years ago, when I slowly started to creep on and put on weight, which is why we have got to the point now where I've had to lose weight again. I literally never thought I would be in this position. I was always like, how stupid that you can lose all this weight and gain weight and then go back and have to do the same thing. Well, the joke's on me. Obviously, the statistics are right, because statistics say that you are very likely to gain weight after you've lost a significant amount. So I'm here to tell you how much weight I've gained back, how much weight I've lost, what I'm doing to lose the weight. I'm going to talk to you guys about food, motivation, everything, as well as losing weight during COVID, because hello, we're in the middle of a panorama right now, and you know, things are not that easy. So at the beginning of this weight loss journey, which was January the 25th, 2021, I weighed myself, and I weighed 176.5 pounds. The 0.5 counts when you're doing weight loss. When I was last happy with my body, the last time I stepped on the scale and was like, oh, I do like how I'm looking, I was 140 pounds. So that is a 35-pound weight gain. So I've gained back probably like a third of the weight that I lost. I lost 90 pounds. Let's call it 88 pounds. I've gained back just over a third of the weight that I initially lost, which I know it sounds crazy. How could you do that, Amy? For me, now looking back, the reason I feel like I put on this weight is because I realized that I was being pretty restrictive with my food. So although I was saying to you guys, yeah, have a cheat meal here and there, it's okay to have alcohol once in a while, blah, 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 I wasn't doing any of those things, and I was eating restrictively. I told you guys you don't have to cut anything out from your diet, but I had almost ingrained into my head that there were bad foods and good foods. And so there were a myriad of foods that I just was not eating. And also, you guys, I also think I'm just a fat kid at heart. Like, I am someone that loves bad food. I love pizza. I love carbs. I love pasta. I love chips. I love bacon. Oh my God, I love it all. I mean, I do love a good salad and everything. Don't get me wrong. I do like to eat healthy, and I do enjoy eating healthy as well. But as someone who was not getting any of that junk food in my life, when I started having that junk food, when I got into relationships, started going out with friends more, I was like, oh my God, this is so exciting. Like, I'm eating all these foods and I'm loving it. It tastes good. And then also, you guys, let me just tell you, Uber Eats is the freaking devil. So I was just looking through my orders for 2020, and when the pandemic hit, there was nowhere to go. There was nothing to do. So ordering in was something that became fun. We would order in and watch a movie, get some takeout and watch a movie. And let me just say that when I looked at my Uber Eats orders, we were ordering food probably about anywhere from a third to half of the month. Anywhere from 10 to 15 days out of the month was an Uber Eats day, which is awful not only for your wallet, but awful for your waistline, because anytime you order out, somehow they can make a chicken breast go from like a 300-calorie meal to an 1,000-calorie meal. I just don't even understand. And then another reason for me gaining the weight is lack of exercise, you guys. I probably stopped exercising around December 2018 consistently. So before, I was going to the gym 3 to 5 times a week and weight training, and I really did enjoy it, but I guess I just got to the point where I had been doing the same workouts for years. I didn't one day wake up and be like, oh, I'm not going to go to the gym. It kind of was gradual. I think I got busy around the time I moved out, and I started to stop going to the gym. And it's very easy for me, once I stop doing something that's part of my routine, to just be like, oh, I didn't really like it that much anyway, so not that much motivated to go back. I have to really just be on it and force myself to do it. This morning I weighed myself, and I weighed in at 170.2 pounds. So that means that I've lost 6.3 pounds in 7 weeks. I know it doesn't seem like that much. Like, even for me, I was kind of like, oh, it's disappointing. But one thing I will say is that pounds are not the only indicator of fat loss. So you guys know I am loyal to the scale right here. This is the Digital Body Analyzer by Vanity Planet. I have spoken about this so many times. Not only is this a really accurate scale, this always syncs up to the readings that I get from my doctor, but also you can set user profiles on this, and not only does it show the pounds, it will also show your body fat percentage, your muscle mass, your water weight, and your bone densities. So for me, knowing my body fat percentage can actually be really helpful. Seeing that go down when maybe your pounds aren't going down is really, really helpful. And I also like to know my muscle mass, and I keep an eye on that, as well as my water weight as well, just seeing what those fluctuations are. Reason being is because weighing yourself can be very discouraging. I only weigh myself so much because I feel like I'm on YouTube. I feel like I want to tell you guys, but for me, it's something that's really not motivating. I've weighed myself and had a crazy low weight at the beginning of the week, and 2 days later I'm up like 2 or 3 pounds. Now for me, luckily, I know that things such as your water retention, if you've eaten a lot of sodium, or if you've drank, or if you're coming on your period and you're bloated, or if you have a lot of lactic acid buildup, there are so many reasons why your weight will weigh in differently at different times, which is why I say either don't weigh yourself or look for other indicators of fat loss. That's why I personally love the Digital Body Analyzer, because it gives me so many other readings, and I would just be going crazy if all I could see were my pounds. So I will leave a link to where you guys can get this. I also have a 60% off coupon code for you guys that I'm gonna put in the description bar. If you get one thing to track your weight loss, let it be the Digital Body Analyzer, because I've used it for over 5 years now and I'm obsessed. So you're like, Gary, lost 6 pounds, big whoop. If the scale isn't motivating, how can you guys track your weight loss progress and see what's really happening? This time around, the biggest thing for me has been taking progress pictures in the mirror and also measuring myself, along with keeping a track on what's going on the scale. Every Thursday since January 25th, I wear the same little workout outfit and I go and take pictures in the same mirror with the same pose. I do front, back, and side poses. And honestly, you guys, if it necessarily wasn't for that, I would have been really, really disappointed. And if it wasn't for my cheap measuring tape from the dollar store, I would have almost been in tears, because I feel like for 2 months now I've been busting my butt and I would have felt like nothing much really happened. My waist, when I started measuring, I was almost at a 29-inch waist, so that is the smallest part of your body. Now when I measure myself today, I was at a 27-inch waist, which is amazing. That means I've lost 2 inches off my waist. Even though it doesn't feel like anything's happening, that is true progress. And then my hips, I started at a 41-inch hip and now I'm at a 39.5-inch hip, so that's 1.5 inches that I've lost off my hips and my butt. So that is why I really recommend not only having a great scale, but taking pictures and measuring yourself. I swear, you guys, that is what has really kept me going and been like, oh, okay, yeah girl, I guess I can sit down and do this video because I guess it is working. Truly, you guys, I've been doing nothing revolutionary. It's diet and exercise. Weight loss is a science. Weight loss is calories that you consume versus calories that you expend. So you need to be in a calorie deficit, which means burning slightly more than you're consuming in order to lose weight. That's all there is to it. So for the past 7 weeks, you guys, all I have done is cardio. When the pandemic hit in April of 2020, I thought I was going to start a weight loss journey, so I purchased a home treadmill. Obviously in 2020, my plans were kind of foiled. We were still in our condo. I couldn't really use it without really annoying the neighbors down below. All I do is Monday to Friday, 5 days a week. Every morning before I shower, I wake up, I go into our basement, and I will do 30 minutes of cardio. If I'm doing low intensity steady state training, which is something that I started with for the first 4 weeks because I was very out of shape, what I do for that is incline walks on my treadmill. So I will set my treadmill to the maximum incline. Mine is 12%, and I will walk at a steady state of 3.5 miles an hour. And the reason I started with that is because I wanted to ease myself into it. Like, I had not done any cardio, you guys. Wow, I was not even really doing cardio in 2018, so I hadn't done cardio in years. And one thing about me is I hate cardio. Everyone will try and tell you to find a workout that you love, and for me, there's just not really a cardio workout that I personally enjoy, and I've come to terms with that, but I know I need to do it if I'm gonna have the results that I want, and I'm gonna have to learn to push through. But then when I became comfortable, I started including HIIT training as well, which high intensity interval training is what I swear by for fat loss. It's where you're spiking your heart rate up and then bringing it back down to a resting rate, and then spiking it back up and bringing it down to a resting rate. And you also are still burning fat and still burning calories once you're done your workout. Lately, just to kind of switch it up and keep things interesting, what I've been doing and what's been working really well for me is actually meshing the two together. So I start my workouts out by doing 10 to 15 minutes of my incline walks, and then for the last 15 or 20 minutes of the workout, I will do my high intensity interval sprints. And so combining the two, I think that's my favorite way of doing it now. Just about by the time I'm getting bored with just walking on the treadmill, it's time for sprints, and those go by in a flash. So what did I do to change my diet? So first of all, I eliminated takeout for the most part. We've had Uber Eats 3 times since we moved here in We've had Uber Eats 3 times since we moved here in November. I cook most of our meals at home. So what I do is on a Sunday or Monday, I will sit down and plan up for the week, and then I will cook those at home. I've become a pretty good cook. I'm gonna throw up some pictures and inspiration of what I've eaten. I don't eat a vegan lifestyle. I don't eat plant-based. I do incorporate some plant-based meals. Now this time around, I'm 30 years old. I've realized I like food. Like, come on, life is too short. I want to be able to enjoy everything, and so I don't mind if this time around my weight loss journey is gonna take a little bit longer or be a little bit slower, but I knew that I wanted to eat more calories, and I truly did not want to cut anything, and I mean anything else. If I want to eat pasta, which is something that I pretty much avoided between 2013 and 2019, to be honest, I will have it. You guys probably know about the TikTok feta pasta trend. Over the last month, I think we've had that 2 or 3 times. If I want pizza, you guys know I was only having my homemade pizza back then. If I want takeout pizza, because takeout pizza is delicious, okay, I can have that, but I'll have 2 slices and I will load up on salad as a side dish. That way I'm getting a little bit of what I want, but I'm not going the whole hog. I'm really like blowing throughout my calories. For me, counting calories, I become obsessive, and I basically get an unhealthy relationship with food when I count calories so strictly. And if I go over my calories, it's the end of the world. And I personally can't live like that. Like, I'm too old. It's just not what's on. But I do think calorie counting does work in the beginning. So the first couple of days, I was strictly counting calories and measuring everything to see what my portions would be, and just to kind of see what I could eat within a calorie deficit, just so I would know. And now that I know, and now that I know what my portions are, I eyeball everything and do it that way. So if you guys are at the beginning of your journey and you haven't calorie counted before, or you haven't like measured out your portions before, I do recommend that you do it for at least 2 weeks to a month. But then I think it's something that you can get away from, because you kind of just get into the habit. Like I said, it becomes a routine and you know what to do. When I was doing my initial weight loss journey, I was eating 1,200 calories. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I chose that number because it's the lowest number of calories to eat before you're going into starvation mode for a woman. And so I knew my first weight loss journey, I was super overweight. I just wanted to lose weight at any cost. And so I knew it would be the quickest eating at 1,200 calories. But let me tell you guys, 1,200 calories is not that much. And I think eating that way led me to eating such restrictive and only diet conscious healthy foods that it made me feel the need to binge, or made me feel the need to eat bad foods in excess when I could get them, and which is why I went this other way. So now, you guys, I'm eating between 1,600 and 1,800 calories a day. 400 to 600 calories more makes the world of difference. Honestly, you guys, I don't feel restricted. I don't feel hungry. I'm just a lot happier, and I can incorporate more things that I love and still lose weight. Honestly, the first couple of weeks, the only thing that motivated me was how unhappy I was with my body in the mirror. My stomach was looking pregnant. Like I said, my face was starting to get really, really chubby, and I was very uncomfortable, feeling very self-conscious. I was just kind of to the point where I was just over it, so I knew what I had to do. I don't wake up every day like dying to get on the treadmill, dying to sweat every morning when I get out of this bed and go straight downstairs. There are some mornings when I don't want to do it, you guys, and I start talking myself out of it, but then I'm like, no, I go to the bathroom, I put on my little workout outfit, and I go downstairs and I force myself to work out, even when I don't want to, because their only workout that you guys are going to regret is the workout that you don't do. And when it comes to nutrition, once you start working out, I think it's very easy to be motivated when it comes to your nutrition, because you see how hard it is to burn only 300 calories, and you're really exerting yourself and you're dying. So why are you going to eat all these calories to negate all the hard work you did? It's just not making sense. Also, when it comes to food, you guys, I'm not eating your typical diet food of chicken breast and steamed vegetables. Like, I rarely eat a diet meal like that. all of my meals don't really taste like dieting. So I think it's also finding things that you enjoy to eat and finding things that you can cook at home, which is motivating. If you guys are looking for recipes, Pinterest is always a good place to start. I think the best way to do it is to not tell anyone other than yourself and to just do it. Weight loss is a very personal journey, and I've always been a big believer that it's something that is so personal that you can only do it for yourself, and you're only going to find the motivation within. Like, it's not something that I can pinpoint and say this is what you can do to find motivation, but there is something inside you that once you start doing it, it will click for you. And it takes 14 days to build a habit. So all you need is 2 weeks of being consistent with your diet and your exercise before it becomes routine. Girl, I've been there. So my best thing to you would be, if you feel that a 12% incline and 3.5 miles an hour is too much, there is no right place to start. If you need to do it at 2 miles an hour and a 6% incline, and that is really maxing out, and at the end of 30 minutes you can't do it anymore, then that's fine. I would just say do the maximum that you can do to where you can complete the entire 30-minute workout, but that you actually feel like it's difficult and a challenge. Like every 10 minutes you should really be like at the beginning. I would say just push yourself. You know when you're getting a good workout in. You know if it's too easy for you. You don't want it to be too easy, but you also don't want to be like, you know, dying on the side of the treadmill or dying in your workouts. And then as you notice your workouts becoming easier, start switching them up, start increasing your speed, increasing your incline, making it a little bit harder for yourself, because it should always be a challenge. Everything has been done from home. Buying a treadmill for me at home has been the best investment, especially because I'm using it so much now. Our gyms, we've been in and out of lockdowns here in Ontario. Today we just went back into a red zone, which means our gyms are open, but they only allow 10 people in there at once for an hour workout. And so having my cardio and having a treadmill at home has really changed my life, because I will never go back to the gym to do cardio. I do plan on going back to the gym to weight train. I want to get to the 8-week mark before I started doing that, because obviously I have a lot of fat to lose. In the summer, I actually started going back to the gym. You guys will have seen I started weight training. I got through all the DOMs where I was like holding myself on the wall, getting down to pee because I was in so much pain. And I think I had been back at the gym for like a month or two, and then they closed down again and they barely opened up. So not knowing when the gym's going to be open versus closed has been really difficult. That's probably the biggest way, and my weight training has suffered for that, which is another reason I highly recommend the walking on a high incline, because that is actually toning up my legs, my hamstrings, and my butt a lot. I'm getting some kind of toning along with my fat loss as well, because I actually can't go to the gym and do weights. So at first, when you're lowering your calories, you're gonna feel like you're still hungry, because of course you're scaling back. But honestly, I promise you guys that once you have started scaling your calories back, in about 2 or 3 weeks, you don't have those hunger pangs anymore. For me at first, I just kind of have to deal with them. It's really a mind over matter thing when it comes to food. Also, I find scheduling your meals and snacking so that you're never truly hungry and starving is also a great way to prevent overeating, because you're never a bottomless pit. So for me, again, I eat my meals later in the day. So I start my breakfast at 10:30. I have my lunch at 2:33. Then we have dinner around 6:37. This is the hardest thing, especially right now at the beginning when the results are pretty insignificant to slim, and you feel like you're putting in all this work because you're sweating and you're doing the damn thing and you're sticking to your routines. This is when you really have to hunker down and just do it. This is what I call trusting the process, because you know eventually that something's going to give. You know obviously you're doing the right things. If you're truly eating in a calorie deficit and you're doing your workouts, eventually weight loss will follow. So you just have to keep it up. Once you break that routine, it's going to be 10 times harder to get back into your routine. So keep with it. Keep your goals in your mind. Sometimes I give myself tough love when I want to quit and I'm on the treadmill. I'm like, girl, you weren't struggling when you were eating that pizza or those bag of chips, were you? No, girl. So you better finish that treadmill workout. And then I'm like, yeah, and I'm going harder. So for me, I live for my off days. Like I told you guys, I'm not someone who naturally loves to do cardio and work out 5 times a week. So usually just about the 4th and 5th workout, when I'm getting tired, my body's getting sore, I really look forward to those rest days. And I highly encourage rest days, because your body needs the chance to recover. Your muscles need the time to repair and heal themselves so that you can go kill your workouts for the next week. So that's why I say even 3 to 4 times a week working out is fine, because you want to give your body that chance to recuperate. My rest days are usually usually a Saturday and a Sunday, so I really look forward to those because I know it's when I'm spending time with Justin. I usually save my cheat meal for a rest day, so maybe we'll get like a takeout on a rest day. But honestly, how do I handle my rest days? When it comes to food, I eat the same way throughout the day if I'm having a cheat meal as I would on a non-cheat meal day. But I also think the key is because I'm having less rest days, by the time I actually get to them, I'm like, oh, I'm looking forward to them. So it's not so much handling. But if you struggle with like binging and stuff on rest days, what I would recommend is not cutting anything out of your diet. So throughout the week, if you want to indulge in something, indulge in it. If you want to have, and when I say indulge, that doesn't even mean eating the whole of something. For me, sometimes just having a bite or having one or two of something can really satisfy a craving, and that makes me not binge when I get to the weekend and be like, oh my god, it's cheat day. Honestly, this time around on the weekends, I haven't felt the need to binge. I haven't been super excited for a cheat meal. Every weekend I haven't even had a cheat meal because I feel like I'm having so varied diet that I don't need to cheat. I mean, you guys, before I would order takeout like an Uber Eats and murder the whole meal, like 1,200 calories like that. The last time we had a cheat meal and we had food, I actually ate half of my sandwich and I got a salad with it, and I think it was like 600 calories. So it didn't even end up being a cheat, but I was still super, super satisfied, you guys. And I feel like that's where I wanted to get to, where it doesn't have to be a cheat. I can indulge in things, but I don't have to eat the whole of it. I can have a little bit and still be satisfied. I think that is the key to not going crazy on the weekends. So yeah, guys, those are all the questions that I'm going to answer for today. Going forward, I still want to update you guys on my journey because I'm still going to be on my journey. So I think I'm going to be doing like monthly weight loss updates. If you guys have any questions, please leave them below, and if there are enough, I'll do another Q&A video for sure. In terms of videos, I definitely want to do more what I eat in a day and food videos to show you guys what I'm eating, because you truly wouldn't think I'm losing weight and eating what I'm eating. For right now, a great place to start is my last food diary video, because I filmed that at the beginning of my weight loss, and that's very representative of the meals that I've been eating and love. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. I do want to say that although we're talking about something that makes me feel uncomfortable, I have also been the happiest that I've ever been despite being over my happy weight. So please don't think that your weight defines your happiness. Please don't wait to live your life and to do all the exciting things and to go hang out with your friends until you're at your goal weight, because life truly is too short if we've learned anything with this pandemic. So yeah, thank you guys so much for letting me share. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye guys.